Zem Podcast, the conversations that shape a healthier life.
Welcome to SEM Podcast. Today we are joined by Alina Epure, medical doctor and founder of Nutribalance. Alina has over 15 years of experience in clinical and therapeutic nutrition with a deeply personalized approach that brings together biochemistry, nutrigenetics, and lifestyle medicine. Her work is guided by a clear belief: nutrition is not a one-size-fits-all solution, but a precise tool that can shape our energy, our mental health, and our long-term well-being. Today, we will explore how what we eat speaks not only to the body, but also to the brain, our emotions, and the way we live. Alina, welcome to SEM. I would like to start with the Mediterranean diet, as it is often seen as one of the healthiest in the world. What makes it so beneficial when it is done properly?
When we're speaking about the Mediterranean diet, is most important to have in our focus the nutrients, the food, the association between the foods, and in the same time our genetical test to see exactly what are the needs for our healthy, for our longevity, and for our vitality. We are speaking usually about the energy, but it's very important to understand that the brain energy is very um essential for our activity, professional and personal activity. And in terms of benefits from the Mediterranean diet for the brain, omega-3 is very important. The color from the food is very important. The quality of the food also is important. And the most important foods are fish, seafoods, nuts, seeds, olive oil.
Okay, you mentioned some ingredients, but if you had to simplify it, which foods truly deserve a place on our plate every day, and which ones should we be more cautious with?
When we are speaking about the food, it's very important to understand what kind of food could give us some benefits, because we are focused to eat like a diet, to eat like a tendons, or we saw something at somebody and we are thinking that everything could be easily for us and could be helpful for us. But in the same time, if you are not connected with your necessity, with your healthy food, to understand exactly if you have some intolerance food, if you have some allergies, you could eat healthy but unhealthy for your metabolism, and in the same time you could create inflammation in the body. For example, one intolerance for histamine, which affects a lot of people in the last years, so kids, teenagers, and adults. In terms of histamine, I'm thinking now at avocado. It's a very healthful food, but if you are intolerant at histamine, you can't eat something like this, or you can eat nuts. We could eat almonds, for example. But it's very important to have a team with you and to understand from the medical staff what could you do for your healthy, and how could you make a plan in this direction. I saw that a lot of people are trying to eat healthy, but the routine is not the most important one that they could build. But they really try to do something for their health, even if they are drinking 1 glass of water more than yesterday, even if they are eating earlier than yesterday. So in this direction, I think that we should have every day in our diet exactly the food that we need. A lot of colors in our plates. The rainbow could be in our plate. And to introduce also a lot of omega-3 from olive oil, from seeds, from nuts, and from the fish, but the quality one. Not so many proteins at the same meal, because usually the people are eating a lot of proteins at the same meal without vegetables, without whole greens. That's why we are looking on the street and we are seeing a lot of unhealthy people with a lot of medical issues. But everything could be built step by step. Situation microbiota is blocked, our bacteria, the healthy bacteria, are stopped like an activity, And I think a lot of pesticides could affect our microbiota, a lot of unhealthy food, and our chaotical routine also create a lot of medical issues. And in this situation, for example, the pregnancy. A lot of women consider that the pregnancy is a period when they could eat everything at every hour during the day and during the night. They take a lot of kilos, not only water. There are a lot of medical problems during the pregnancy. And starting from the pregnancy, the kids receive a lot of unhealthy information. And starting from the pregnancy, they build one unhealthy habit because during the pregnancy the mother transferred to the child her habits, how she is eating, how she is drinking, how she is sleeping. And after the pregnancy the child will be born with that medical issues. And I saw a lot of kids with intolerance at gluten, at lactose, at histamine, with a lot of allergies, a lot of skin disorders, a lot of mental health. But everything starts from our plates. If we don't know how to eat, if we don't want to understand and to be educated in this direction, we lose our chance to be healthy and to build our longevity and our vitality. If you are looking on the streets, we are seeing a lot of unhappiness people and without connection with their self, with their rhythm, with their self, with their needs to build something for their healthy. I was looking at a lot of people who was going to a detox center, who was trying to redesign their life. But if they didn't understand what is better and what should they avoid when they're going home, was only for a break. Nothing to understand about longevity and vitality for a long period. They're coming back. They keep 1 week, and after that, they're eating unhealthy food. They're drinking champagne, wine, and beer, and they're thinking that we'll go back to redesign their life, but only in a center.
And why do you think we are seeing so many food intolerances nowadays?
When you're speaking about the food, you should understand that one food could be poison or therapeutical. We could speak about one food, for example, nuts. If you are eating in the morning, we could receive a lot of benefits from the nuts. If you are eating them in the evening during one scrolling on the screen or something else, we are losing the contact with the quantity and with the quality. We are trying to eat something salty, something fried, something sweety. We take one hands with nuts. We take something like a chocolate. After that, maybe some slices of cheese, and the quantity is higher. And the moment of the day is not the good one. So the same food, but the different moment during the day and the different situation for the meal. If you are eating only nuts with some vegetables or with some fruits, or if I eat nuts with something very fatty, make a huge difference in our body. And starting from here, we could build or we could block our longevity, because we are speaking a lot about the neuroplasticity, about longevity, about the vitality, but it's important how we learn to build them, because in the same time we want to be in a good shape and to live longer. But longevity is not only about live longer. It's very important to understand how is better to live the healthier life. And I saw a lot of child who have maybe 14 years, but in their body they are working like 40 or 70 years. They are tired. They are going to school tired. And in Romania, for example, is the situation with burnout. And I asked all the clients if they are not tired to be tired. Because anytime when I'm looking on the streets, I could see a lot of pupils who are tired, who don't want to smile, who don't want to make something for themselves, who believe that everything is shut down and they should work and that's it. And this is not a good rule for our health. When we're thinking of longevity and we could build it in a center like Zen Wellness Clinic Altea, we could speak about living a longer, healthier life, going beyond average life, expecting by extending our metabolic age, our telomeric age, our functionality for each part of our body. Otherwise, we could build step by step our unhealthy lifestyle. And starting from here, a lot of medical issue. For example, I saw that Romania is in top of the Europe for lifespan at the end of the classament, but Spain, Italy, and Sweden are in the top three. That means the quality of the lifestyle here is the best one.
You know, here in Spain, food is deeply tied to social life and emotion. How can we maintain pleasure at the table while still making choices that support our health?
In Romania is the same situation. We are thinking at food, we are thinking at vacation where we should eat a lot because we pay a lot of money for all-inclusive vacation. We are going out, we should eat. We are going to a party, we should eat, and maybe to drink a glass of wine or something like this. When the people understanding why it's better for them to change something, they will do that. Otherwise, they will try during the morning, maybe during the lunch, but if the dinner is outside from the house, they will forget everything about the theoretical part of the nutrition and they're going only to feel well. In the last years, I saw that the food is mostly for well-being, but a bad well-being. If I'm tired, I would like to eat. If I have a problem at office, I would like to eat. If I don't understand the situation from the house with my kids or from my husband or with my wife, I will go in directly to the kitchen. I will eat something sweet or something fatty. In this situation, the food is not like um, um, pyramid. I don't know how to in Italian. In this situation, the food is not like a foundation for our body. It's only for intervention to smile a little bit. A lot of people tell me that the food is their happiness, which is a most important red flag in the diet for the people because the food is like a combustible for us. If you are going to petrol station with your car, you'll put the combustible exactly for your car. You'll not change with oil or with unhealthy foods. You put exactly what you need. In our body, we should do the same. If you need to eat some kind of foods for our health, for our inflammation process, for our longevity, we should understand why, even if we are at home with our friends in vacation, with some friends to a party or something like this, because we are there for the connection with the people, not for the connection with the plates. But if the people are tired, are with burnout, with isolation, with depression, with anxiety, they are thinking that the food is the only solution for their well-being. And in this situation, we are looking to lifestyle. That means 6 pillars: nutrition, sleep, moving, sport activities. How could we manage the stress? How we are working with addiction and the relationship. When we can't have a nice relation with food, sleep, active sport activities, relation, and the management of the stress, we are going to addiction. The last one. And we are thinking that we don't have time for the first 5 pillars, but we have time only for addiction. Even if we're speaking about sugar, about chocolate, about fried potatoes, about shawarma, about pizza, about pasta, doesn't matter. Alcohol, tutun, smoking, shopping, we are speaking about addiction. And in the time in our brain, the thing are changing and we are losing a lot of energy only thinking of that food or of that activity that is like an addiction for our body. And in that situation, our dopamine, our serotonin are lower, with lower levels in the body. And in this situation, biochemical speaking, we can be happy. We can't have the motivation to do something. If our dopamine is lower, we don't have the motivation to finish something that we want to do. For example, in the morning, I would like to set up my agenda and to drink 2 liters with water per day. Oh, a lot of people, they are not drinking not only one glass during the day. Why? Because they don't understand why is benefit for them. And the same time, if the dopamine is lower, they can't keep the routine like an objective for the day. And in this situation, we should look firstly at the biochemistry to resolve the issues, and after that to understand how could it build our longevity and our vitality. They are new concept, they are sounds good, great, but in the same time, if you don't understand our needs, we are speaking, but no action for a long time.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Interesante. Eu am primit foarte multe informații și am primit foarte mare plăcere să vă ascult.
Yeah. Would you like to add something as a conclusion?
About them or about
Something, whatever you want to say.
okay.
Yeah.
I think the education for our lifestyle should be started at home, in our families, with parents, with child, with teenagers, and after that to introduce in the schools this material, lifestyle medicine. And in this situation, we could build healthy generation. Otherwise, we have a different picture in the year. In every year, we have another picture with unhealthy habits, with unhealthy people, with unhealthy teenagers. And after that, we are looking at statistical data, and we are crying. But it's better to laughing in our family and to understand why it's important to create a healthy connection, to have peace, to have happiness in our family, to have a routine, to drink a tea together, to eat together, to speak about what happens but nice during the day, and to believe that we could rebuild everything in our body if we understand what is better to rebuild. So be in our best shape, create new habits for your lifestyle and for your longevity and vitality. Start with your brain because it's the most important organ from the body. And at Zen Wellness Clinic Ate, I found a lot of activities that could give you a new start. So if you want to redesign your life, I'm sure that you could find here the medical stuff, the wellness stuff, the connection with the healthy food to understand what is better for you and to give you a new beginning. And it's better to keep also the rules at home, not to celebrate with a glass of champagne when you arrive at home because you finish the program and you'll come back after a few months. It's important what we take with us at home, what we could keep in our routine, and what could we create in our community. If you are thinking at our family, at our friends, how could we be a model for them and how could we inspire our kids and our friends? And when we are going out from the house in vacation or a meeting, we could be the model, not to take the other models, the unhealthy models, and to put in our life. Because in that situation, we could create only unhealthy habits, and this is not a correct way to go inside and to build step by step the relation with the body. The body is like a machine. It's very important to put step by step every piece in the good direction. Otherwise, you'll go to contrasense. And if you're going like this, you lose all the energy and all your time. I think that we have time and we have energy, but in the same time, we don't have time and we don't have energy. And I have this question for all the people. You are not tired to be tired, so start to do something for your health and for your happiness because everything is in our hands. So be in our best shape and create a routine for every day.
We often hear about things like pesticides, plastics, or heavy metals in food. Should we be worried about this, and how can we reduce their impact in simple ways?
I saw a lot of clients with heavy metals in their blood and with brain fog, with inflammatory process in the body, but they try a lot of things to do, but they didn't understand. They're starting from pesticide and from plastics. They have a lot of heavy metals in the body, and everything could be like a disconnected for the interior heat. When you make detox, for example, when you clean when we could clean the body and when we could activate all the cells from our body, we could create another perspective of our healthy lifestyle. We could rebuild every cell and we could give another chance to the body to redesign the connection between the organs and the connection between the cells. So when we are eating unhealthy food, it's easier to find it. It could be easier to find it. It's cheaper maybe, but in the same time, we can make a disorder in our body who affects a lot for a long period of our life. And in this situation, we can speak about longevity and vitality because our brain, for example, is are having in the body a lot of mercury or aluminum. They're going to the brain, and after that we can be focused on the activity. Our memory is losing, our brain fog is like a normal situation every day, and we are thinking that all this coming from our professional part, but no, they are coming from our food and from our plates we could build, or we could destroy the healthy, especially the healthy for our brain. So it's very important to invest in our healthy. And I saw that if the health is not a value, the people can keep the routine. They believe that they could do, but for a short time. If the health is a value for one person, that person will find time, will find budget, will find solution to create step by step a healthy routine and to understand why it's important to make some changes. Otherwise, for a few days, for a few weeks, maybe could be a new plan implemented, but after that they skip. They just wait to drink a glass of champagne or wine and to eat something sweetie and to go into the town and to eat with friends pizza or pasta or shawarma or something like this, and they can build 2 weeks and after that destroy during the weekend.
If we talk about longevity, which simple nutritional habits make the biggest difference over time?
I think the most important thing when we are speaking about longevity is to create a routine and to understand how could we build it. How could we wake up in the morning? How could we make the plan for our diet? Because usually the people don't make an advance this plan, this food plan, and the hour for lunch is coming. They don't have anything with them, and after that they could eat something that is near the office or near the house, depends. But not always they have the opportunity to find healthy food. So the most important thing in our nutrition is to understand what is better for us, to go to genetic test because there we have a lot of information. We have the picture for our interior and to build step by step this routine. If we create that 2 or 3 meals per day, depends on each of us, we could make some points every day. Okay, I made this, I made this, I made it, and this create in the same time in our mental health a positive impact, a huge impact. Otherwise, we could think it's better to eat healthy. But during the day, if we don't have something near us, we could eat, I don't know, one slice of bread or one slice of pizza. And at the end of the day, we are thinking, oh, I was thinking that it's better to start from today. No, I will start from Monday. I will start from next week. I will start from next month. And step by step, the period when the people are eating unhealthy are longer and they are thinking that this is their routine and it's difficult to eat healthy. No, it's not difficult and it's not expensive to eat healthy because when you are eating healthy, you don't need larger portion. You don't need a lot of food. I saw a lot of clients with devitalization in all the body, but this is the biochemistry. If the biochemistry is not good, our blood tests are not good, we are thinking always at the food. We want to eat always something. Apparently, we need something to eat, but in reality, we don't need to eat. We need to resolve the problem. If you have a carence for omega 3, our brain doesn't work. And in that moment, we are thinking always to eat something with sugar, always to eat something more fatty. But of course, our brain will not tell us eat a slice of salmon or eat 2 slices of avocado, eat something fatty. That means popcorn, chips, pasta, sauce, cakes, a lot of biscuits. And from there we have omega-6, which is a anti-inflammatory fat. And in this situation, we put in our brain like a fog. And after a lunch or a dinner with this kind of food, we are going to sleep. We can't sleep. Wake up in the morning with our nervous system with a lot of cortisol. And this is the routine for a lot of families. And starting from there, the child have this picture of the lifestyle, which is on one unhealthy picture. In the same time, when we are looking to the schools, the teachers are in the same situation like the parents, and from where the child could find a model. That's why they are going a lot in virtual communities, and from there they don't learn to eat broccoli, to eat salmon, to eat almonds, to eat olive oil, to eat whole cereals. They're trying to find a solution that is normal for their generation, and there are a lot of unhealthy food. That's why in Europe is a huge problem with obesity, with anxiety, with depression for teenagers. I tried to introduce in the schools in Romania, in Republica Moldova, a new material, education for lifestyle, but in the same time for teenagers, for parents, and for teachers. And it's a very good opportunity to build together a new community, because it's not only about eat one apple per day or eat one portion of cashew or almonds per day. It's about our habits. It's about our communication with the food, how we are eating. If we are eating with the phone in our hands, we can build there mindful eating. We are eating without keeping in our mind what we ate, what color do we have in our plate, what are the benefits from the food. We are eating only to have uh, um, like a comfort situation in our body, and in a lot of families are building the foundation from the habits in the family.
Alina, thank you for sharing your insights and for such a meaningful conversation.